Good morning from India and good afternoon, probably from Perth, Australia. And welcome to this very, very special live. As we said earlier, as we said yesterday, Rev Sports is the first Indian media contingent to land in Perth, to land in Australia to cover the Border-Gavaskar Trophy. And already the closed door net sessions, the match simulation is underway. আমরা এটা বাইলিঙ্গুয়াল করব, আমরা বাংলাতেও করব, আমরা ইংলিশেও করব. Joining me, Boriada, as usual, of course, Debasish Sen and Rohit Juglan from Perth. So you can probably see the WACA, and just now Gargi has stepped in as well. So good morning to all of my guests. Let's start with our people in Perth. Debasish Sen, first over to you. KL Rahul having an injury scare, Virat Kohli nicking off Mukesh Kumar. A lot happened in the simulation game, and where does it stand right now? Debasish Sen, over to you.
Yeah, obviously, what we did notice in the morning today is that Abhimanyu Ishwaran and Devdutt Padikkal were seen batting. So clearly, the side that were fielding yesterday were given a chance to bat today in the morning. But KL Rahul was not seen. Rohit might also confirm. We could not see KL Rahul because we were quite far away, because we are not inside the venue, because since it's a closed door, the match simulation is going on behind closed doors, so no one is allowed in. And today being a weekend as well, we did requested Cricket Australia media manager Patrick Henning, but all he said that unfortunately no one will. And there you see the visuals, the nets area where it's all surrounded by black curtains, so hardly we could see anything from outside. So literally, we were on top of a road. Means Bodiada knows, he knows the place very well. We were on top of a road, which is and we could actually see from quite a distance, and we couldn't see KL Rahul. So hopefully, it's not a serious one. He did not bat yesterday as well after getting hit to that Prasidh Krishna delivery, but hopefully it's been done in a precautionary measure. Ogni.
Rohit bhai, any update of KL Rahul? And now that we see Abhimanyu Ishwaran practicing in the nets, is there any chance that we might see him partner Yashasvi Jaiswal for the first test in Perth?
He got out. Early on the day, and now I think again there's a fall of wicket. No, okay. There's a boundary. Yeah. Given not out. Okay. Given not out. So as Debashish da is telling you that we are covering it from so far, and thanks to our senior and friend Mr. Bharat Sundarsan with his binoculars on, we can easily see what's going on in the wicket. But yes, early on today, as far as you talked about Abhimanyu, he just nicked one, and a good low left side catch by Virat Kohli. So and as far as Virat is concerned, KL not able to identify him in the ground. I don't think he's participating in the game today. What had happened yesterday with that elbow hit, I don't think he's participating today also. So I don't know right now what's the status of KL Rahul, because the BCCI haven't communicated anything. He's also not looking at the ground. We tried to identify him, but whatever we can see from here, not able to identify KL Rahul there. And the other part is, if we divide Virat Kohli's batting yesterday, I think obviously when he came out to bat first, yes, he was tentative after striking two wonderful cover drives. After that, he looked a little uncertain about especially about the full deliveries. But then he attended two net sessions, back to back half-an-hour net sessions, and after that, when he came, he
I think there's probably a slight network issue at Rohit Sen. Boriada, if I may switch to you. First of all, many congrats to Rohit and Ritika from the entire Rev
sorry
Sports
about that
family.
network problem.
No problem, Rohit. So, as I was saying, first of all, many congrats to Rohit and Ritika from the entire Rev Sports family. They have been blessed with a baby boy. Boriada, that brings us to the most selfish question you can ask a father immediately after childbirth. রোহিত শর্মা কি পার্থে তাহলে ইন্ডিয়ার হয়ে ব্যাটিং ওপেন করবেন? কেএল রাহুল ইনজুরি স্কেয়ার, তারপর খেলানো হচ্ছে না, অভিমন্যু ঈশ্বরন ব্যাটিং করছেন, সিচুয়েশন কি বড়িয়া দেয় এই মুহূর্তে? তোমার কি মনে হচ্ছে?
Firstly, you're right. I mean, this is the most selfish question to ask from anybody. He's just had a child. But yes, it is already doing the rounds. And Rohit Juglan and I and Debasish and I were chatting about it in the morning. It's very strange, Ogni. I'll tell you a story about 2018-19, and I think it was uh, it was in Sydney. It was in Sydney, and I remember at that point in time it was either the Intercontinental Hotel or one of those hotels. And I remember I was in the hotel lobby, and all of a sudden, who walks in? Rohit Sharma. And Rohit Sharma comes, we meet, and I said, congratulations, because he had his first child then. And he immediately got his phone out and started showing me the photos of his first child and said, it is so difficult to come away, leaving this little precious little bundle of joy and come and play. And he was fixated onto the photographs, and we started talking fatherhood. And I was remembering that and thinking, again Australia, again Rohit Sharma will have to travel, leaving a newborn. But knowing him, if things settle down, I think he will want to travel more for Adelaide, because Perth, a couple of days later, if he goes, he will not have adequate time to prepare. So, in all probability, knowing Rohit Sharma and his commitment, I think he will definitely want to travel for Adelaide, play that 2 day game, and it's only fair he does that and gives Perth a miss, because even if he travels on Monday, which is the 18th, I think he will not get adequate time to train, because that's why more of a certainty for Adelaide at this point in time. But it's surreal to think that 2018-19, that tour, he went and he was and exactly this in the lobby before even he checked in. We started chatting and he was showing me the photograph, saying before he went, apparently the child's hand was on his, and it was very difficult for him to even leave home. These are real bonds, Ogni, and we all know that these kind of bonds are tough, are absolutely tough to leave your wife and a newborn and travel. I've done that with Aisha, being some months during the 2015 World Cup, admitted to hospital, with a urinary infection. And I went to cover the World Cup. I've never forgiven myself, saying, why did I do it? But these are difficult times. Having said that, wish them and the bundle of joy all good health. I hope Ritika is in good health. And I also think that Rohit will be back for Adelaide.
And to all the trolls, Boriada, who are, all over the place on the internet, questioning Rohit's ethics, questioning Rohit's commitment, what do you say to them?
No, you know my answer about trolls. Trolls are like toilet paper, flush them.
Correct. So one word answer, one sentence answer rather. And we all know where we're headed right now. And it's only fair that Rohit travels to Adelaide, plays the day-night test for India. Gargi, before coming to you, let me show you some visuals captured by Debasish Sen yesterday. These are my favorite visuals. You can clearly see the Perth station, Gargi. And it's been branded completely for the West Test, for the first test starting 22nd of November, India versus Australia, first test of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, starting in Perth. So the anticipation and build-up is huge, Gargi. More so because we have been unbeaten for the last couple of times. And probably Australia will be more desperate than ever, Gargi. Over to you.
Oh, I love this build-up. I love this build-up in Australia from Australians. The interest that the Australian media is showing, and of course, fans are excited for this series. I think Border-Gavaskar Trophy is top-tier Test cricket, and it's always fun to watch these two teams face off. I mean, it's all aggression. I don't know. I feel like the two teams have mellowed down a little bit compared to maybe 2-3 years before, but still, it's one of those test series that you actually look forward to, that you want to sit and watch for the entire 5 days, 4 days, however long the matches happen. And when I look at all this, I'm reminded of course, the famous sledgings and the faces that who was that who made that face? I think Ishant Sharma.
Ishant Sharma. Yes. Ishant.
Yes,
Ishant.
that
Yeah.
is. I think that should be the brand of BGT. That should be the poster of BGT, because every time I think of Border-Gavaskar Trophy, I think of those moments and Steve Smith just looking at him, thinking, "What?" But I love this anticipation, and I'm genuinely excited for this series.
So, as Gargi rightly says, probably the two teams have mellowed down a tad bit. Let me switch to Rohit Juglan, because people are his fan. Look in the comment section. Somebody has written, Rohit bhai, Perth ki dhoop mein chamak rahe ho. So, Rohit bhai, over to you regarding Virat. I mean, A picture is doing rounds on the social media. Virat Kohli's headshot from the 2018 Border-Gavaskar Trophy and from the 2024 Border-Gavaskar Trophy. People have said that he has probably grown a bit old. His aggression has mellowed down a tad bit. You have seen practicing him in nets now. Your takeaway, Rohit, about Virat?
No, I think Gagi was spot on there because it definitely mellowed down because the same Virat Kohli once said here that I'm not here to make friends. There were multiple statements. Starting from 2012, 2014, 15. The way Mitch Johnson hit on his the badge of his helmet, and then his stare to Mitch Johnson. I think there were multiple incidents. If we can count, there are multiple stories as far as Virat Kohli in Australia is concerned. And then what happened in the 2016-17, that all Steve Smith thing, and with each and every one as far as the Border-Gavaskar Trophy and the controversies or some chit chat between Virat Kohli and especially the Australian players. And I remember this very vividly that he said that this exact words that I'm not here to make friends in Australia in front of the Australian media. He was very very clear to this. So yes, it all mellowed down a bit. 2019, we all remember what he did for Steve Smith. When the crowd was booing him, he said that just appreciate him that he's playing. So yes, that happened, and especially after the emergence of IPL, I think it has mellowed down a lot. 2008 and 2007, Borja can easily tell you the stories from there. I don't remember anything anything worse than that. Even there were stories that in between India can leave the Test series also at that monkey gate point of time. So yes, history will tell us what happened. Currently, yes, Virat mellowed down a lot. After that
I think again we're having a bit of issue with Rohit Juglan's net. Let us switch to Debasish Sen. For people who are watching us live, let me tell you, Rohit and Debashish were welcomed in Perth by a friend of Rohit, and they have had homemade food on the first day. So Debashish Sen, clearly Perth is treating you well. And how are things looking in Perth? I mean, the weather, the anticipation, the build-up. Please talk us through it. Debashish Sen, over to you.
Before Debashish answers, yesterday
Yes.
I had put up a photo of Rev Sports team on Facebook.
Yeah.
Two people immediately wrote back saying, "Where is Mama?" How can you put a Rev Sports photo without Mama? So he's a rock star. I immediately had to say he was interviewing someone. That's why he's not there. But Debashish, absolute champion.
Debashish
Yeah,
Sen, over to you.
obviously sharing some anecdotes. I still remember in 2011-12 that was my first trip down under, and Virat actually showed a middle finger. Because there were a group of Australian who the Indian team went for a go-karting session, and as he was about to come out of that go-karting session, something was said to him, and he showed a middle finger, and there were headlines in the Australian newspapers, and since then Virat has moved away, and he is celebrated across Australia like anyone. Means obviously he is the biggest brand when you talk about Indian cricket. Means, and his popularity has grown over the years. Um, and obviously coming to WACA, obviously another incident I would like to share. Puriada knows very well about it. Same trip, 2011-12, there was a beer party happening just the day before the test match was supposed to begin. And gone were those days when the test match used to happen here at the same venue, WACA, and there was a beer party. The wicket was uncovered, and the ground staff were there. And can you imagine these things happening in India a day ahead of the test match? On the weekend, the test match is to be played. The ground staff having a beer party. So these are some stories that I still remember. But then, obviously, WACA, as you know, there has been a lot of renovation work going on. But then, Optus Stadium, yes, India did play in that test match in 2018-19 series. Both me and Muriada were also there. And India, unfortunately, lost that test match after going 1-0 ahead. So not much to think about as far as this first test match is concerned on November 22nd. But this is the first time that we see the buzz around with the Border-Gavaskar Trophy. The anticipation, the excitement, you could clearly make out that obviously the two of the biggest rivalry in world cricket, if leave aside the Ashes. So a lot to look forward to as far as the series is concerned.
Rohit, one question for you. A lot of people are asking, do you see Ruturaj Gaikwad batting in the nets? Will Ruturaj bat? Rohit?
I haven't seen him. Batting in the, especially when we landed here. It's time for the match simulation, so not seen him batting in the nets. But today definitely what we are seeing is the other guys are batting, because yesterday what happened, I think the batters you'll see, especially in the Perth test, are getting chances. Today we were seeing Abhimanyu Ishwaran, Devdutt Padikkal, Sai Sudarshan. So
Yeah, there we go again. So Rohit's, yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you'll see Ruturaj, we'll definitely report.
Correct. So that's the news right now. We haven't seen KL Rahul bat as yet. Probably Rahul was dismissed early today. But we have seen Abhimanyu Ishwaran bat in the nets. We have seen
No.
Devdutt Padikkal.
Rahul we haven't seen. Abhimanyu Ishwaran dismissed.
Rahul you haven't seen. Right. So Rahul we haven't seen till now.
Rahul we haven't seen today.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Abhimanyu Ishwaran is batting in the nets. Devdutt Padikkal is batting in the nets. So actually a lot happening in the match simulation process. Boryada, if I come to you, you have written extensively about that Sachin's epic Perth 100 as a team. And do you think probably the Indian team management, the likes of Gigi, the likes of Virat, the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal will probably revisit that now, because the whole batting lineup is under the pump clearly after that 3-0 whitewash. So will Sachin's epic in Perth probably boost them? Boryada?
Yes, let me answer that. But before that, you asked about Virat to both Rohit and Debashish. Perth has a very special place in Virat's cricket, because 2011 he was nowhere. As a Test cricketer, he was looking completely out of sorts in Melbourne. He was looking completely out of sorts in the second Test in Sydney. And I had a chat with him soon after the series got over, Perth and Adelaide. And Virat said when he was in Perth, he actually asked himself, very like Sachin in 1989. Virat asked himself कि do I belong here? क्या मैं यहाँ पे belong करता हूँ? Do I really make Test cricket? And then he scored that 75. India was all out for 170 odd. David Warner got 100, but Virat got 75 in Perth, and that is actually the make of Virat Kohli. Next Test match at Adelaide, he got 100, and thereafter no stopping him whatsoever. So Perth and Virat Kohli always very, very special. Even the last time round, he scored heavily in Perth. So Virat and Perth is a love affair. Do we sort of see this time round? I don't know. But fingers crossed for Virat Kohli is absolutely critical as far as India is concerned. Tendulkar to 114, according to me, is the best innings that Tendulkar has played, along with Sydney 241. Because to be able to do that to Australian bowlers at the age of 19, and that back foot punch that he keeps talking about, I've written about it today, is exceptional. Tendulkar announced himself as a generational great with that Perth 100. And Kohli did that as well. So, that baton kind of passed. Will we see a new guy stepping up, a Jaiswal, a Pant, or someone? That's interesting to see. But Perth is a special Test match. Rohit and Debashish are lucky they're there. Shubhayan will be there tomorrow. Australia, believe me, if there is one country you want to watch Test cricket, it is Australia. England grounds are also great. England is another place you want to watch Test cricket, full houses, but Australia is a fantastic country to watch Test match cricket.
Debasish Sen, Rohit Juglan, and Gargi as well. One question for all three of you. Do you see Dhruv Jurel in the starting 11 for the Perth Test? Let's start with Gargi.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Will Jurel make it to the 11 for the first Test, Gargi?
Okay.
That's the common question. Yeah.
Oh,
go for it.
This is I'm not sure if he will. But at the same time, you think about the combination, and there is a possibility for him to come in. But in my personal opinion, I think Jurel might not make it.
Gargi is saying Jurel might not make it to the playing 11 in the first Test. Rohit Juglan.
Sorry, I didn't hear the name of the player.
Yeah. Dhruv Jurel. Will Jurel make it to the starting 11?
What's the question?
Will Dhruv Jurel make it to
Yeah,
the
it's very much on. It's very much on because yeah. Got it.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, in my opinion, I can see it happening because he looked the more. If you see yesterday also, the way he batted in the last hour or so, he looked comfortable. Again, if you see the India A games, there he looked the most comfortable batter. And remember one thing that he didn't have any of that practice session before that game. So talking about the technique, I think it technique wise, or telling about the temperament thing, or the technique wise, it will be early, especially if you have just saw him batting twice or thrice, especially in Australia. Here he's what I saw yesterday, he looked good, doesn't look uncomfortable. And if India need to bat deep, it could be a possibility, because we have seen especially what had happened in Bengaluru, Pune and Mumbai here. Because if you see that there we all saw that what happened with the Indian batting when the ball started moving a little bit. So for the batting depth, for someone you can rely on down the order, he could be the best bet, as far as adding a batter to Indian batting lineup. So I am not ruling this out. Dhruv Jurel could be in the 11.
So Rohit Juglan is clearly saying Dhruv Jurel could be in the starting 11 for the 22nd November, the first Border-Gavaskar Trophy test at Perth. Before coming to Debasish Sen, let me read out something for the viewers. So this is Ravi Shastri's predicted 11 for the first test in Perth. The coach who scripted that epic turnaround after that 36 all-out in Adelaide. So here is Ravi Shastri's predicted 11. Ravi Shastri is saying, open with Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal. At number 3 is Kohli Rahul. Number 4, of course, Virat Kohli. Number 5, Rishabh Pant. Number 6, Dhruv Jurel. So Dhruv Jurel makes it to Shastri's starting 11. Number 7, Ravindra Jadeja or Washington Sundar. Number 8, Nitish Reddy. Number 9, Jasprit Bumrah. Number 10, Akashdeep. Number 11, Mohammad Siraj. Debasish Sen, your thoughts on this?
Obviously, Dhruv Jurel, the kind of temperament he showed in that game against Australia, I think he should be persistent with, and he showed good technique and temperament, and that is what he matters in testing conditions like here we in Perth. And I think Jurel has shown that he has the temperament and technique test success. He has did well in the series against England at home, and also look good in that. So I would rather go in for an informed batter rather than going by record. What someone like a Sarfaraz, we all know he has scored tons and tons of runs, but I would rather go with a Dhruv Jurel who looked really good among all the Indian batters on display in that Australia game. Definitely Dhruv Jurel for me in that playing 11.
So both are people. So both are people from Perth, Rohit and Debasish Da. They're saying that Dhruv Jurel definitely makes it to the starting 11 at least for the first test. One question for you, Bodiada. If you have to pick that lone spinner for the Perth test, you go with India's best spinner in Ashwin, or you rely on a Jadeja or a Sundar for the batting depth. Serious conundrum, Bodiada.
Yeah, this is a huge call. This is a huge call because clearly it's the first test of the series. You need batting because India will need that in Perth. This is a huge call. Washington Sundar brings in the best kind of batting. Also Ravindra Jadeja because of his left-hand ability. Ravichandran Ashwin is your best bowler. So it will depend. This is a tough one. We have always seen Ashwin getting dropped, and the others preferred. Things have worked out last time with Jadeja playing excellently. Washington Sundar also had huge impact. So this is not an easy call for the team management. It will also depend on how the batters shape up, how much they are confident with the other batters, thinking that, okay, we will get runs, or do they? This will completely be the team management's call. Are they confident of the top 7 that, okay, we will get runs from these guys, including possibly a Nitish Reddy. We will get runs. And I do see Dhruv Jurel in that side, replacing possibly Sarfaraz Khan. So I do see him there. So, it will be a call that the captain Jasprit Bumrah, and if Rohit is there, already part of the think tank, and Gautam Gambhir will have to take that. Are we confident with our batting? If they are, Ashwin makes a case. Otherwise, they will go in with a batting spinner more with Washington Sundar because of Nathan Lyon's record and overspin in Perth. Overspin does work in Perth, and we've seen that. So Washington Sundar, very strong case. Ravindra Jadeja, proven customer, more with his left arm spin. So this is a very, very tough call for the team management, Ogni.
Gargi, one question for you, but I think Rohit has already said this. Gargi, what about KL Rahul? Is he injured? He was struck in the elbow, but nothing much serious. We haven't seen him bat today for the time being. But we have seen Abhimanyu Ishwaran, Devdutt Padikkal bat. But what I really wanted to ask you, Gargi, right the moment Boriada said that Boriada has seen Ashwin getting dropped time and again, Tomogno Boshu, our regular viewer, writes, no matter the conditions, if you play one spinner, it should be the best one, which is Ashwin. More so because Ash is a good enough batsman and fighter. And the last line is very crucial, Gargi. Let's not repeat the two WTC final mistakes. Gargi, tough call.
It will be a tough call because I mean we've seen that with the WTC finals that he's talking about, that overcast conditions and suddenly Ashwin is out of the team. But he's your best bowler. Not the best, but one of the best bowlers in Test cricket for sure. And having him in the team sort of gives a boost to the batting lineup, of course. But at the same time, he has that ability to get those breakthroughs, and on a Perth deck, maybe he might come in and be really penetrative. So I think in some ways Tamogna is right when he says that Ash can be the best pick for this test match, but I'm not too sure.
So a lot of questions actually we're seeing. Will Nitish Reddy make it? Will Dhruv Jurel make it? Who amongst Jadeja, Sundar and Ashwin? Rohit Juglan, one question for you before we end this live. Vaibhav Taragi asks you, Rohit bhai, please provide Kohli's injury update. News floating around social media that he apparently suffered knee injury during practice. Rohit.
Bhai, we are here, and please don't trust each and anyone who's reporting anything from there. We are watching Virat Kohli playing. We are watching him hitting those pull shots. We are watching him hitting those drives. We are watching him hitting those, back foot punches. And he's looking so beautiful while playing those shots. In no problem at all. His fielding took a really low catch on the left side of, Mohammad Siraj's ball. Abhimanyu Ishwaran caught out in the second slip. He was, the same energy, the same Virat Kohli energy. As Debasish was saying you, that we are so far, but still we can hear him. That's Virat Kohli for you. So don't go by the media reports. What's been circulated around there, especially in the social media. We will give you the credible information, and we are not. That's why I haven't said anything on KL Rahul. Why? If I have to make anything sensation, I could have easily tweeted from Rev Sports handle that KL Rahul will not play the Perth test. We didn't find anything as of reported anything for now. But as far as as far as Virat Kohli is concerned, he is in fine form. No problem at all with that injury or with that scans. I don't know.
So Rohit has clearly clarified that he can hear Virat Kohli shouting. He can see the same energetic Virat Kohli in the nets, and Kohli is looking in beautiful touch while he's playing his shots. So Vaibhav, no tension regarding Virat so far. We don't have an update on KL Rahul as yet, but we will soon give you the update as soon as we have it. Boriada, why don't you?
I don't think no one has batted more than him in the nets or in the field.
Correct. So that's you have it right from the horse's mouth, Rohit's mouth. Boriada, why don't you close this show?
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, if somebody is taking a low catch, as Rohit reported in the group of Ishwaran, come on here. I mean, the slip catching is one of the toughest things to do. And I don't see any issue. I mean, there are these kind of scares. And even KL Rahul, I don't think KL Rahul will have a problem. Australia, you will get hit. Remember Cheteshwar Pujara, he was all black. Arvind Pujara told us that when he went home, there were chunks of black all over his body. That's what makes the Cheteshwar Pujara story so incredible, isn't it? I mean, Australia, you will get hit. You will get hit. You will get a couple of balls jump. That cracks will open up into the test match. But that's what it is. It is a test of character. That's why the word test cricket. This will all be there. And Rohit and Debashish will report everything. Tomorrow, Shubhan will be there as well. He leaves tomorrow. So day after, you will have Shubhan also joining the party in Australia. So you will have all the updates. These are our best guys. All of them will be there. So several of you, Gargi, yourself, me, all of us will travel in December. So the entire team will be there. We will bring to our viewers the entire comprehensive, holistic coverage from Australia. In fact, I will encourage Rohit and Debashish to also explore the city. There is apparently a 3-day Indian festival on. I would suggest the two of
Yes.
them go there. There's a 3-day Indian festival on. I'm told there's a lot of food and color and all this happening. Two doctors from Perth wrote to me saying, "Are you coming?" I think Debashish and Rohit should absolutely explore that with Shubhai between the 19th and the 22nd or something like that. So plenty of stuff to do in Perth at this point in time, Ogni, and all our viewers will have every detail.
So please,
It's
please
lunch
keep
break here.
following.
It's
So it's
lunch
lunch
break
break here. It's lunch break here, but we'll
Yeah.
go for our breakfast break right now, and we'll leave Debashish Sen and Rohit Juglan to do all the chit chat and to bring us all the updates from Perth. That's all for now. But do stay tuned to Ref Sports social media handles for more. Thank you so much for joining.